Tiny trails up the axis climb. Tap one click, I'm in just in time. Ride that wave till the rush feels wrong. Soon as color flips, I'm already gone. I win with dots when the candles run hot. Little lights in a line tell me jump in or not. I spin that wheel, but it's mapped on the plot. When the trend turns up, I win with dots. Win with dots. Hey! One more tick, then I'm out of this dance. Lock that game, don't give back the chance. Green and gray, but I'm good with the chop. Cause I came for the burst, and I leave at the top. Oh, I win with dots when the candles run hot. Little lights in a line tell me jump in or not. I spin that wheel, but it's mapped on the plot. When the trend turns up, I win with dots. Win with dots. Little sparks on the midnight chart. Just a few more moves, then I close my heart. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge it. Scalp or die. Thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Green and red, they're my only friends. A 1 minute chart, it never pretends. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge it. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. screen's glowing. It's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge it. Scalp or die, thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Ooh. Green and red, they're my only friends. A 1-minute chart, it never pretends. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or the screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge it. Scalp or die, thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Ooh. Green and red, they're my only friends. A 1-minute chart, it never pretends. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or screen's glowing. It's 3 a.m. Charts are moving. I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge it. Scalp or die, thrills my heart. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Ooh. Green and red, they're my only friends. A 1 minute chart, it never pretends. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? We have U.S. retail sales in front of us in about half an hour. I'm not going to straddle this event. I don't think it's going to be that volatile, but I think it's going to be interesting just to kind of see if we get any kind of volatility out of it. Regardless, I'm going to show you today what I've been doing all night long, all day long. I started kind of doing this in Asia to demonstrate this in gold, and it works probably a million times better in NASDAQ, which is going to create even more trades than we usually do. It's going to give you even more opportunities to be able to trade. And the basic idea, actually, hang on. Let's take a look at what's going on over here right now. Using a little bit of our delta volume, what I'm interested in right now is the following. We are at session lows, right? And I don't have any dots. I don't have any signals yet that we have a turn, but I do have green volume signaling to me that we have positive delta volume. So if this thing closes green, that's going to give us a divergence to give us a shot to try to see if we can buy this on the close. But it's got to close green. We have a net volume that's negative, and it is negative. We just let it go. We don't have any signal that the buyers are coming in. Maybe this candle, the buyers are going to turn the tide a little bit. We are trading right now against London session lows, right? This is the London session in blue. So there's two types of trades we like to do. There's the momentum trade through the lows, or the better trade, which is the reversal trade, which I absolutely love to do. But I'm going to show you how to do a reversal trade, not just off session lows, but off range lows, range highs. That's going to essentially give you 10 times, or probably about 100 trade opportunities a day if you want to employ this technique. So here we go. Here's a volume peaking at green, still teasing me, no positive deltas yet. So no trades. We keep pressing to the lows. Maybe we're going to test the 25.3. Maybe we're going to hold it back down here. Let's see. So far, I have no divergence. No reason to think that I have any edge in trading the bottom. But to summarize what I want to show you guys today, it really comes down in one single. See, here we go. We're trying to break the 300 to the downside on a momentum move. Let's see if they crash it over there and then try to bring it back up. What I want to show you today is that when we're scalping, the edge is the edge. That's a great way of describing what I have in mind. And what I mean by the edge is either the edge of the session high, session low, or the edge of the range high, range low. because this is obviously a minor edge. Those are big edges, but those edges is where you have a really great opportunity to find turn possibilities, right? And turn possibilities both up and down endlessly, literally 4 or 5 times an hour. Watching this right now. So don't have a dot. We might even have a dot, but the volume leads the way, right? So if delta stays green, we're still holding green deltas, although it just turned red. So I don't have any trades. Why is this? It's just, this is very late in updating. That's why my footprint is updating faster. It'd be really great if they put the footprint on the bottom, you know? I actually wonder, you know, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should write my own delta indicator that's going to be easier for us to use. Okay, here we go. Buy. Not a great, but give it a shot. Oh, I thought it was green. I pulled the trigger too early. I'm going to get myself killed. Nope, no trade here. I got to get out. If you're wrong, just get out. I did not have the signal. I thought the volume turned green. Although no, wait, hold on. Oh, it turned just so minorly green that on the footprint. It's turning green on the footprint now. So this is like a shitty little version. What's the version that that we were using yesterday that was better? I actually managed to make some nice money in the London session, Martin. I'll show you how, by just trading this noise. The idea of the edges in the edge is perfect for trading noise. Guys, what's the name of this? What's the name of the indicator? This is a piece of shit indicator. What's the other volume delta indicator? Give me the guy's name if you have it in the room. You keep pressing the session lows right now. So see if we can get any recovery. I'm watching footprint on my other chart here. Footprint is turning green. Oh yeah, I did not. I haven't traded gold I did trade gold for Asia session, and that was really, really good. All right, we actually now have the turn. We have the white dot. I definitely have the green volume. 25 seconds left. Let's see if any of this holds. If this holds, that's going to give us a reversal trade off this specific low, which we can try and do here. Let's see if it's going to work. Big candle, big candle, big candle, big candle. 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. All right, we're long this on a reversal. Stop, it actually has to be pulled a little bit. Usually we have ample room for stop, but this is a kind of a big candle in the reversal. Let's see if this is going to flip for us. What am I in? I'm in at 15. I want to be in at like 303. Okay. I'll put a bit in here just in case we slip down. And we're done. Great. So now I can get rid of this. Didn't need a secondary thing. And it was a very, very clean reversal trade, right? Now that's like classic. It's session low. You get a dot. You have volume. Everything poured in. It was really pretty high probability trade that we're going to be able to scalp by 5 points. Anybody take that trade with me? Spaceman BTC, right? Spaceman BTC. Let me find this bastard and get the better. Let me see if I can find this. Spaceman. BTC. Delta bar stats. Spaceman BTC. Oh, fuck. Maybe he took this thing down? Delta bar stats. These are his oops. God. Delta. Oh, you put these under. So wait, if it's a lock, does that mean it's a volume delta space 1 BTC? Okay. All right. Calm down. Simba, stop. All right. Let's try this one. I think this one might be the right one. I'm going to try adjust this one. So yeah, I think I want this in delta mode. Okay, so it's net positive deltas, right? But you can see that you see how the deltas. I actually wasn't wrong. This was positive deltas over here. It was just a little too early, and that flipped us low. So it's 12. Would have taken me out. Would have taken me out. Well, yeah, would have taken me out, I think. But anyways, the basic idea is. Okay, cumulative volume delta. But what does that do? Let me just add that one. Cumulative volume delta. What does that one do? That one kind of looks cool too. What does this one do? Anchor period 1 day. One minute style. Oh, this does kind of accumulate. This is like, you know, where oh, is this delta or gross? Is this the delta numbers? So this is okay. I'll try to figure out what this one does a little bit later. Did ADP come out or was it delayed? I'm not sure. Let's take a look. I don't think it had much of an impact either way. Let's take a look at ADP. ADP. Coming out now. That's late. I don't know why it's not coming out. No, I guess it hasn't come out yet. All right. Okay. Anyways, here's what I wanted to show you. I'm going to take this off just because it's too much noise on the thing. So, as I said, the edge is in the edge. When you're at extremes, obviously session extremes is the easiest, and you have some sort of a turn signal. The turn signal is very valuable, obviously both for scalp, but can also be valuable. Like, for example, this turn signal, you know, we took it for 5 and it was probably good for what, 30, 40? If you're a swing trader, you could absolutely kill it by trading the turn signal using the dots system, which is great. Like, you know, I wish you all the best. Yeah. I'm gonna program my own. I think you know, I'm just it's annoying to kind of rely. I want it like in a certain way, in a certain easy way to show on the chart. But anyways, volume is sort of like a secondary input for us. It's a leading indicator for us. Like, you know, can we get an edge on volume? A lot of times, if you notice, the volume will turn. Here's the thing: the volume will turn before the dot a lot of times, right? But the thing is, it is early, and therefore you're always at danger of getting stopped out because you're coming in over here at 305. It dropped all the way to 9. Actually, well, you know, no, you would have had like a 20-point stop. If you're coming in on volume, you have to sort of give yourself that 20-point stop. When you're coming in on the dot, you can give yourself sometimes as little as a 5-point stop because you're coming in right underneath the dot. That's your stop. If the dot is broken, it doesn't matter. The setup is broken. But this is what I want to show you. Let's watch this for just 1 second. I'm going to show this to you right now as an example. I'm going to do this in small size. What is this? This is range high against which now I have a reversal signal, right? So I'm going to hold my stop against this reversal signal. We'll see if it works. I mean, obviously, they don't all work all the time, but they work enough times that it produces a very, very steady flow for you. Because we're just looking for like a five pullback. In this particular case, well, we're in front of news. Looks like we had a big bounce. May not work. The beautiful thing is, because we're trading super small size, if the first signal doesn't work, the second one might. And if the second one doesn't work, the third one might. And you can resolve your trades relatively quickly with just a small increase in size. This one, I eat this one because the reversal here doesn't work. But that's the principle. The principle is that you're going to get these reverse signals literally every 10 minutes. Some of them are not going to work, but a lot of them will. And most importantly, a lot of them will really work very well in chop conditions of Asia or pre-conditions when reversal just almost is the name of the game. Using the range highs lows is obviously nowhere near as strong as using the daily high lows or the session high lows, but it's still good. It's still very, very good. We're going to watch this again. If this comes back down again, gives me another reversal signal, we'll take it again. The thing about it is that it creates very, very clean, clear stops. Here we go. Oh, no, just went away. There's only one rule that I have on these, what I call edge trades, because you're trading against the edge, right? The edge of the range, is that the signal cannot be any farther than 3 candles away from the highest high or lowest low. In other words, if there's no dots over here and 5 candles later there's a dot, I don't trade it. The dot has got to appear within 1, 2, 3 candles of the range high, range low. It's got to be a recent turn. Otherwise, it has very, very little meaning. What is this? Yeah, ADP came in a little bit lower, so broke us down a little bit. Well, it's a weekly print, but yeah, it's none of it is good. I mean, the labor data has been suspect at best, right? Now we have to just see where the employment data comes in and everything else. All right, I probably shouldn't be fooling around 5 minutes before the news with you guys, but post news, let's trade the edges. Let's see what we can get on the edge movements here. We have 6, 7 minutes left to the open. I mean, not to the open, to the news. Let me show you how that worked really, really well during Asia session, where you have lots of choppiness and range high. So here's just play with me along here. Here's a range high, right? Let's say I'm short here at the 56. I'm going to walk you through this whole thing, right? Boom, 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 5 points. I'm done, right? Now I literally reverse myself, and I have a range low off a white dot. I reverse myself. Boom, boom, boom. Another 5 points my way, right? Now we just wait where literally in the narrowest possible range we could imagine. Range breakout, Oops, reversal right there. I'm short over here at the 63, looking for 58. I think I get it right over here. Yeah, I get it like right over here. Then we have nothing. Now we go to session highs. Again, another reversal. This one I get stopped out on. If I took this one, 1, 2, 3, This is 65. Takes me out at session highs. Fine, -5, right? Then I'm going to go higher, 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 higher. Boom, right there. I come in over here, 87, easy reversal signal here, right? Boom. White off the lows. I come in here, 5 points here. You can see how like every 5-10 minutes, I'm finding highs and lows off the edges. Another one off the edges. 94 down, right? This one, let's say I got stopped out at 94 because it was problematic as to whether it made it. So we go higher, 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 higher. Boom, reversal here. Take the 13. Drops like a stone, right? Drops like a stone. Now I have a lower white. I take it here, 72 to the upside, and that gets done, right? So you just basically see that maybe 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4, I get clipped out. But these are not like 3 to. I'm risking 5 to make 5. I'm risking 7 to make 7. These are small risks, so they don't really hurt me that much. And more importantly, they're not repeatable. It's not like there's going to be 6 or 7 missed edges in a row, right? At most, you're going to get two missed edges in a row. The third one is almost always going to resolve. So therefore, you could easily recover a lot of those quick losses. But in the meantime, as you just keep doing that, it just boom, 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 clips P&L onto your account. And it's a great account hopping strategy too, where you win next one, win to the next one, and of course, because these risks are very small, you can actually do much larger size. So you can make much more. Once you get comfortable with a trade on like a single micro, you can then take it to 5 micro, and then it becomes a $50 trade, $50 trade, $50 trade. Within like an hour, you have 10 of them. You're kind of done for the day. It's a really cool little technique using all of the information that we have at hand here. Am I going to trade the news? I'm going to trade post news today. I'm not going to trade the news because retail is not that big a deal. It could surprise, and if it does, then we're going to definitely hit the edges, and then it's going to be really interesting to try to trade the edges. So the other thing is, when it comes to momentum, I like to trade session lows, session highs. You could take this same idea if you're a momentum trader and trade range highs. In other words, green candle closes on range high, probably a pretty damn good probability that you're going to get extension of the move. It's definitely worth. You can trade it both ways, and you could trade one account that's a momentum account, the other account that is a reversal account. It gives you lots of opportunity to take advantage of the market when nothing much is going on, because now you've gone from like one trade an hour to one trade every 5 minutes with very, very defined, clear risks, which is the most important part about it, right? What time do we have? We have 1:30 before news. Nas is just completely comatose right now. Let's see where it wants to go. I do have one eval account for 25,000 fresh that I just got. I recommend, by the way, everybody go get there because they're really cheap still with Apex. Go get a few more. I was joking around that I treat my evals like I treat demos, and I treat my funded like I treat real. I think that's actually a really good analogy. If you do that, you'll be in great shape. You can experiment on your evals, but try to trade to spec on your fundeds, and then you can absolutely trade one as a demo, one as a real. All right, 40 seconds left. Let's go to the calendar. Let's just see what the data is. Where are they? All right, we'll see what it comes out as. They're looking for 6 against 4, so good strong print. Let's see what the employment cost is. Is a big concern for people as far as inflationary pressures go. So we'll see where that comes in. Kind of dip a little bit low. What's going on? Where are the numbers? I see a little bit of a dip. Looks like is it a weak number? A mild dip, nothing much. Oh my God, why is it taking forever? Looks like a really mild dip, but not much. All right, let's see if this is going to give us, range lows, session lows off this number. Retail sales neg. Ooh, flat. Wow, that is bad. Jesus. Exports up 0.3%. My God, this is like pulling teeth. X gas autos 0. 2.4. That is a neg number. Wow, that is a crappy little number. All right, market seems a little bit unfazed. I knew it wasn't going to be that big a deal, but I think what we're all getting from the data points here is that the economy seems to be sputtering for sure, and that's partly due because employment conditions are slowing down, and clearly people are retrenching. So we'll see. We'll see if this is going to create more negative flow. All right, we hit this, session lows on the boxes here. Let me see if this is a very extended bounce. If this gives me a white dot off of this range, it's pretty extended bounce. But we'll play it if, especially because you notice that the delta is turning really positive here. But I'm not getting the dot. Nah, maybe I am. All right, here we go. Let's see if it wants to reverse. Underneath here. Yeah, and it did reverse. I mean, this is a perfect example of where you look at the price action, not at the news. The news was negative, but the market did reverse. I mean, this was a very big stretch, but it was all classical within our structure, and it was supported by volume. Volume turned really quickly on this, right? The other way around. I guess the market is thinking that this is further. I also want to see where's the. Oh my God, this is so slow. You know what? Let's just see what Forex Factory is doing. Employment cost index was lower. So that's actually good. That's low for inflation. Retail sales are lower. I mean, all of this, I guess the reason the market is kind of bouncing is because they think that's going to pump up the interest rate or allow the Fed to cut interest rates, which is positive. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of an interesting rotation here. As I said, I don't think this news is so material, but like you could, if you wanted to kind of do a news funded trade, you could have just reversed here. You need on a $25,000 account, I believe you need like how many ticks? Let me just figure this out. For 2 lots, 1,500 divided by 40. It's 37.5 points times 4. Yeah, 155 tick trade, about 37 points. So if you bought 31s, you'd need like 70 to have made this trade. Easy to say that in retrospect. It would have been kind of hard to flip this on this news. But it is surprisingly bad news, and it does suggest that now the Fed is going to be a lot more pressured to ease interest rate conditions. Even though it's not like the economy is in any way, shape, or form in a recession, but the whole point of Fed is to be preventative, right? We'll see. Point is, the market is taking this positively, at least in the near term. We held a double bottom here. Okay, so here's my perfect little sorry, I'm trying to look at my thing here. Okay, which account am I in? I'm in 54. Okay, all right. You know what? So let's switch around the accounts. Let's get some fresh accounts. 56. Let's trade the 56 account. Or actually, you know what I really want to do? This is what I want to do with you guys. I want to put this experiment. I'm a little bit late. Put this experiment to use. Hang on. 74 NQ sell. All right, I'm going to move this over here to. We're going to trade my eval account, my demo account, effectively. Just start to 25,000, and we're going to see. My supposition here is, so like right now, this is basically $100 trade, right, on a big one. You can't. I do not under any circumstances do this on your real accounts, because I think that's a little bit too much risk. I mean, until you get really, really good at it. But let's imagine we're going to try and trade this scalp structure, trade the edge, trade the edge, trade the edge, try to win 3 out of 4 kind of trades. Give ourselves, as much possibility as possible. When you're trading these 10-minute bars, right? Even if you're just thinking about just the U.S. session is 6.5 hours or 390 minutes. If you divide them into like 10-minute range bars, that's 39 opportunities. And that's, some from the bottom, some from the top. Let's say there's like 80 opportunities. I'm just running the numbers for you just to kind of show you the possibility. Let's say you're having an amazing day and it's $100 a trade, right? So you have 80 opportunities. So somewhere along the way there, you're hitting like 40 winning trades. You only need, for the $25,000 account, 15 trades, $1,500 trades to get the $2,500 account funded. Like, it's totally not outside the realm of possibility to say that if I'm focused and I'm just scalping and I'm really risk controlling, and yes, I'm gonna eat $200-300 losses occasionally on these moves, that you could make net $1,500 trades and get yourself funded in directionally, like no bullshits, no straddles, no cheating, nothing, on a $25,000 account, straight up within day or two. And then obviously, if you have like I do 18, 19 fundeds, you could allocate 1 or 2 of these to trading the mini, trading the large account. You cannot. The only thing I will say is you cannot, under any circumstances, get larger than 1. That's how you lose. Even if you have like 2 or 3 losers in a row, and you, let's say, down, I don't know, $600 because you're 2 or 3 losers in a row, don't try to muscle it back with size. But the point being is that, like, even if you're trading this, or even if you're trading, let's say, half lot size at 5 micros, it's a very fast way to get to funded target, right? Because remember, at funded target on 25,000, all you need is 1,500 to get funded, and then like a little bit of a buffer zone beyond that to get a payout. So it's really, really cool. I mean, it's just a both from a very, very low risk point of view and a moderate risk point of view, a very, very cool approach to quickly creating lots and lots of P&L on your board, which is why I wanted to share this with you. So we're going to try to put this into practice a little bit now on my eval. better known as my demo, because I'm just going to trade one NQ, one large size. I'm going to try to be judicious. I'm not going to try and take every single trade, because obviously some trades are going to be ridiculous. And I'm certainly not going to trade in front of the market or in front of the market open or anything else. But the whole idea of, like, trading range bottom, range top off with the dots as your guide, a pretty good one, really a good one. And if you want to add a volume profile as an additional thing, also very good one. Now, I'm trading the reversal version of this, but you could just as easily flip this on its head and trade the breakout version, right? In other words, this thing is, as a matter of fact, what we're going to do to make it more interesting and more fun for everybody. So we have a couple of hours and markets are sort of slow. This is going to make trading a lot more interesting. I'm going to get another account. Let's go to Apex. I'm going to get 25,000. I'm going to trade that eval demo on a breakout basis. So one we're going to trade on a reversal basis. The other one I'm going to trade on a demo basis. Sorry, on a reversal, on a momentum basis. And this gives you a very good idea. First of all, we don't know which one of these strategies is going to work today. So this diversifies our risk. 333084. 333084. Okay. All right. So the 25s, I really like the 25s. I know everybody likes the big ones, but I really like the small ones. I like small things. I drive a Mini. I absolutely adore it. I have two small dogs. I like small things. But when it comes to small accounts, the reason I like them is because the risk rewards on these things is so advantageous. So where am I? What am I doing here? Yeah, the coupon code BKSAVE. Make sure you say BKSAVE is your coupon code. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Top, not the middle. And you see how much of a discount it is. It goes from 187 to just $37, right? All right, I'm going to take this off screen so you guys don't see my credit card info. All right. And it'll take like a minute to set up. We're not in any rush. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm set up. So trade with me. Like, let's have a couple of, where am I? It'll take a second. We'll trade one eval on a breakout basis where, you're taking out session highs on a dot. We'll follow that for a scalp. And then we'll take another one for a reversal if we get that. Those are going to be two separate signals. Remember, it's not like you're not fading the breakout. You are waiting for, this is a reversal signal. When you get a reversal candle with lower lows, a breakout candle would be like where you have green dots or white dots through the highs. So it's not like we're going to be taking the same trade on both sides. It's going to be very different temperamentally and timing wise, which is also better because it's going to give us a lot more diversification to the trade. You guys, is the mouse too small? I'm going to use the magnifying glass here to help you. That's really the best thing I can do as far as visibility, right? So if we go into replay, here's a trade that we just did earlier. We just did this trade earlier. So I'm going to play this. So here's session. Here's range, right? Range. Okay. This is what happens over here. We have news, creates low on the range, and then we have a white dot that overtakes this one. It's a momentum move. Now, this is almost at the high of the range. What we like to do is obviously have a small one at the bottom of the range to try to trade it, but we get long over here. We get long over here. Very, very clean trade straight up. Now, if I was doing the breakout trades, I would be long this one, 38, because that was high of the breakout box. And then this one, 49, high of the breakout box. You see how that hit it? Now, instead, what I did is, because we were busy and I was talking, I did the reversal trade, which was this orange, this purple dot, which reversed at the range highs, and I sold that, and that worked to the downside, right? So the point is, you can be super flexible. The most important thing is don't trade the middle. We're always going to trade the edge. As I said, the whole essence of what I'm trying to, summarize to you is there's very little edge anywhere in the world. But if there's any edge at all, it's always at the edge. In other words, at the extremes is where you have the probability of continuation or reversal in its highest state. Obviously, session extremes are more important than range extremes, and day extremes are more important than session extremes. It's all hierarchical, but we're not looking for a lot. So if we can just scalp out small possibilities at the range extremes, we're just as good. How do you get the dots indicator? You sign up for my coaching. Here's the link. It's a private indicator. You get the coaching and everything else, and the indicator off that link. So be my guest. Go knock them dead. So trades should be executed at these extremes. Yeah, I mean the point, rather not the trade should be executed, is that we're only looking for trade opportunities at these extremes, right? So here's let me see if they created if I created my other account already. Hold on a second. Let me just log out, log back in, because we're going to trade the 74 on a reversal basis and the 75. Did it come in? Let's see if they created the 75 for me already. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So they have the 75. So like right now, here we go. So we can log out, log back in. I want to go to the 75, 74, 75. Okay. 75 will be the momentum one, right? So here it goes. Perfect example. We have a green dot. This is a momentum setup for us. Session high, range high, green dot. Green dot's got to hold, obviously. This dot isn't really holding that well. But let me go to 75. Oh, I'm late. I'm sorry, guys. Fuck. No, it doesn't matter because the dot didn't hold anyways. Okay, so that's even better. I'm glad I was late because I didn't take the trade. So what if we get a dot here? Yes, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the buy on this move if it holds. In other words, the dot's got to hold, and it's got to be holding session, range highs. This thing disappeared like a little turtle over here, but 32 seconds left. They're running the 66s. Everything kind of coming back. Market really feels like it wants to rally back up to London session highs. Fine, let's let it play. We're just looking for the most immediate forward movement here. So I am, and the dot goes away, so I got nothing. And you see, that's the whole point. They don't have the strength to hold the highs. Let's see. Nope, just disappears. Not enough strength here. So that's fine. We'll let it go. You'll see that in a strong up or downward trending market like this, it's just going to keep making range lows, and you're just going to be able to bang it. This is very, very similar to the A1 strategy. It's just simply we're orienting ourselves around the range, so that it's easier to visualize and it's easier to see. Next coaching session is Thursday. The coaching is always Thursday, 7 p.m. New York. So come join me, please. I will be sending out the link on Thursday day. So you see, not much is going on, but we're always just 1 or 2 minutes away from a possible opportunity within the structure. That's what makes this really, really cool for very quiet, sloppy days like this. Okay, I'm yapping. Okay, so this is, we could trade this as a reversal trade. I got to go to 74. Hold on. Fuck, the only thing is I hate switching around. All right, let me sell this. I'm not going to love this trade. So I'm trading the 74s on a reversal basis. I'm probably going to eat this. We'll see. But my stop is going to be against the session, the range high, not the session high, but the range high. Yeah, let me put my pass the prop hat, guys. I got my pass the prop hat on. Everybody loving it? That's the coaching. All right, let me see if I can get this done. You know what? And the beautiful thing is, Okay, that actually worked fully for the 100. I took only about 80 out of it, but that's fine. Like when you're trading for the large contract, you don't necessarily have to, 80, 90 bucks per 10 seconds worth of work is not bad, right? But what this showed you, and this is the key thing that I want to show you, is that this was range high reversal signal, right? Range high reversal signal, only a second candle off the range high, definitely worth it. Great, Now if they want to power this thing through to the highs, we can trade the momentum signal. One of the good things about doing this, by the way, is it just really prevents you from falling in love with one side or the other side, right? You are not married to whatever thesis you think is happening. You're just looking to take advantage of the edge at the extreme, which really helps you trade. It's pretty cool, right? Your range box has last 10 candles. Yes. It's defaulted to 10. You can make the range box bigger or smaller. 10 is as good as any for me. Slope up. Slope up. What? Oh, slope up. Yeah, it was a slope up, but that's the thing. See, here's the thing, English. We are not trading. The slope is a condition that we look at when we're looking for more than 5 points, right? What I'm looking for here is obviously, yes, I'd love to have a slope down and all that stuff, working my way. But I'm looking here for the turn trade versus a reversal trade, right? I'm looking for just this quick turn on the scalp, and it's gonna fail. Of course, it's gonna fail more than once. But the point is, it succeeds within these range bases, especially in a relatively quiet market. It succeeds so many times for that +5 that you become net positive, and because you're so controlled on your risk. Remember, I'm not even doing. I'm doing like this was maybe like a 10-point risk on the trade. You can afford to do it with larger contract like I am right now, and very, very quickly get to target. That's the whole idea. You can operate on as little as a $25,000 basis notional and still get to target, as I said, with just 15 net positive trades in a day. I literally, let me just looking at my just general P&L, and if I were to back engineer this to volume, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Probably I've already done like 20 trades, easily 20 trades, in like 2 hours. So, this is what I mean about the ability to do lots of quick winning trades to quickly to run to your target, whether it's on the eval side, like I'm trying to do right now, or even if you want to get very aggressive on your funded accounts and try to run the funded accounts. With funded accounts, you're going to be stymied by the daily allowable profit anyways. But, when you have lots and lots of accounts, this is a good way to quickly get to your daily profit. What's the daily profit? Who knows the rules exactly? I'm trying to remember this. It's a third of your drawdown. So on a 25,000, your daily max profit, it's not that you can't earn more, it's just you won't get credit for more, is $500. The point is that you don't want to earn more. The reason why you don't want to earn more is because let's say you earned $1,000 that day, right? Then you don't get paid out at $26,500. You'd have to make like $28,000 because that $1,000 has to be like no more than, is it 1/3 or 1/4 of your total gross P&L in order for it to work? I forgot the exact rules. 30%, right? So you can't do more than 30. So if you did $1,000, you're gonna have to make $3,000 in order to, you gotta make $28,000 instead of $26,500. Like the more you make, the more you have to make in total. And they do this. I mean, I understand why they do this, because they want you to be consistent, but also because, they want to make it challenging for you to be able to trade. But when we have multiple accounts, you can kind of, totally rework that. All right, shit. What was this? Where's this? Is this my reversal trade? Yeah. Sorry, I'm yapping. And here's my reversal trade against this session range high. I'm probably going to eat it. But we'll see. So very, you see the market really, even in range-based trades, you would like a little width. This is like 19 points of range. It's very, very tight trading. So we'll see if I can squeeze out a little bit out of this thing. I was actually looking at the momentum moves here, trying to see if I get the momentum trade. I have to get this a little bigger. So this candle over here, we're actually going to go to the next account. We won't be able to see the trade, but I'm going to go, if this is going to stay here, like I'm probably going to get, I'm stopped out on the reversal. That's fine. But this is now the momentum trade, right? Let's see if this holds, and then we're going to trade the momentum side. I can actually flip over to the momentum side. Let's go. $10, $11. Got to make sure the dot holds. All right, I'm in the trade. Now the hard part here is you can't really use the range low, because that's way too, with the reversal, you have a super tight stop here. The stop should be the second candle back as your natural stop. As far as the expansion goes. But let's see if I get this momentum move here. And obviously, when you have hot markets and stuff is just moving, fresh highs, and even fresh session highs, 3-4 candles in a row, that's really when you make all the money. Now you're just, trying to squeeze out the moves the best you can. But they're still setting up. Yeah, max loss is 750. Which is why I'm saying, your losses are like, there we go. So that was a momentum break, right? Momentum break. So one side didn't do okay. One side didn't do well. The other side did well. I was leery of taking this reversal anyways, because this was already the first reversal that we took in the range. And look, now we're getting a reversal signal here off this range. So that's interesting. Now we can go back to the 74 and see if we can take that one. Yeah, it's really reversing hard. Let's see if this holds. It's got to hold this reversal structure. Nope, no reversal candle. Just kind of died out. And delta's kind of got smaller, so not a lot of support on the volume side for the short trade. We're pre-market. It's obviously very, very quiet. This is going to get a lot more interesting, a lot more fun when the market opens up, I think, because we're going to have bigger range expansions and bigger moves. So we'll be able to really, hopefully, hit it and clip it. But, for now, got nothing much going on. All right. More breakout moves here through the range for the 75 account. Reverse trade. I'm going to go back to 74. All right, let me show you the reverse trade. And it's choppy. You have to just be patient with the fact that it's going to be just up, up and down, because we obviously pre-market here. What you want is 2 or 3 consecutive winners in a row. Right now, you just go one winner, one loser, one winner, one loser, as everybody's just chopping back and forth on these moves. And that's what the price action is doing. But when market opens up, I think we're going to get much cleaner, easier moves. Regardless, these are all very, very small risk moves. So none of this is bleeding us, terribly dry. Oops, I double hit this. Wow, this is we're really just one step forward, one step. This is like literally the worst price action for this type of structure all day long. Like it was really great price action beforehand. As always, it's the Murphy's rule of life that, you know, before live, all these trades are working beautiful. I want to show them to you. And now as soon as we go into live pre-market, it just starts to retrace every fucking candle back. But that's fine. I'm going to stick with this. Win or lose a draw. It's just like, it just cracks me up because it's like, it's the Murphy's rule of life when you want to try and show this. Obviously in my reels, I'd be doing this with tiny sizes, so I couldn't give a shit. But because I'm doing it with big sizes, it does, this is why I always say, if you're going to do this large size, you got to do this on the evals, because it's going to it's going to stretch out the drawdown and the targets, or stress out the drawdown quite a lot. Shit, I'm not even thinking what I'm doing properly here, which is that I should be. All right, I'm on the sell side of this as well, on the other candle, because of this red dot. It's almost like a sacrifice to the gods. We'll see if which side is going to win out on this particular trade. Wow, it's really slow, man. I thought it'd be like already almost 9:30, so we could get into the market hours. This is my sell trade. I actually obviously want to have, this is the stop on the sell side against the session highs. So like, this is a really good example of a great looking dot move like this, where you just have like uniform dots one way, to the downside, versus an interchange left, right, and you kind of getting sort of you see how you have the breakout dots here, followed by the reversal, breakout followed by reversal, and that's really chopping you up both ways, really badly. So and then now we just stalled. We're literally stalled in no man's land. Okay, where's my, and the breakout? Okay, so the reversal, we eat the reversal. That was my sacrifice to the gods. But the breakout, after a very long torture chamber, does hold and does take us out, right? And now we have another breakout, which I need to go. Oh man, I'm late. Sorry guys, I'm talking. All right. Now I'm on the other breakout, but I'm going to try and just take this much smaller because I was late on the entry. Fuck. All right, let's see if this gives me a little bit of continuity on the breakout. No. Now we're like back to 1 step forward, 3 steps backwards, just very little continuity here. All right, I'm on the reversal side now. And I'm just getting chopped out. Absolutely. But, oh, damn it. It's hard to talk and do this at the same time. Let's see if I can get this done. Come on, get me done. There we go. All right, good. So the reversal side, brought me back a little bit. I'm still chopping out. It's basically, as I said, it's 1 step forward, 1 step backwards. And I'm just trying to stay even and alive in the process, which is okay. We will wait till the market opens up and hopefully starts generating, fresh highs, fresh lows, without stepping back too much. But in a way, it's good for you guys to see the challenge of this thing, and you got to just simply stay with the process and work your way out through the challenge. Obviously, this is large sizes, but because again, my risks are so small, I'm really just very, very little to the downside. My drawdowns can be made up in literally one trade here, versus doing something where you're just assuming a huge amount of risk constantly. Private Pit says there's a dump coming. Okay. Well, this obviously, the other thing is this is really probably the 9 to 9:30. It's definitely the worst time to trade any of this stuff because you're always going to be in this, hesitation move one way or the other. And what do we have? It's just dragging on, man. The market is really, really slow today. And we don't have gold to trade. It's just really, really a drag on structure here to try and trade this. The other thing we could take a look at, which is a little bit actually lower risk in terms of per tick, and kind of I was thinking about looking at this, and I haven't yet, but same idea is we could add. Let me just add the YM to this. That is a relatively easy trade to do here. The H's. Let me put this one over there. And that one can also, that one may actually be a little bit of a better instrument because we're going to trade for 10 here, right? We're trading for 5 points, and now it's going to trade for 10 in YM. It's very easy to do trades here because it's very, very thin on the ladder, so it should be able to get done. I'm actually going to put this. Let me just put the structure on here. I want to put 40. Okay. That was above 50,000, so it might be interesting just to see if they want to run these levels a little bit better. But it looks like Dow is just as dead as Nasdaq. It's nothing is moving. But the one thing you don't see in the Dow here, you did see just much cleaner continuity, right? As far as the instrument goes. So the other thing is you try to optimize the strategy to whatever instrument where this is working best, right? And this could be one of them. Nah, Dow is just like really, really dead. Everything is dead. Huh. Clean Cyber says YM is the new goal for him. All right, Private Pit. Private Pit keeps saying that the dump is coming. Let's see if that's true. All right, here we go. 39 seconds left. Let's play a little bit of YM for 10 points. If this candle holds at session highs, this is a really, by the way, 17-point range in the Dow. It's like a 1-point range in Nasdaq. It's really, really small. But all right, let's play this game a little bit here. $10, $11. All right. First of all, get a bad. Come on. There we go. Come on. Yay! We make a little money in the YM. So that that actually works to the upside, and we'll probably just stick around with this until we get to the market open, because it's not. I really don't want to. Nasdaq is just really boring and not doing much. But that was a nice clean clip to the upside. Nasdaq also took out the range high here. The session high is actually pretty close here. $12 minutes to the open, guys. Let's see if we get any price action there. Market really, really slowed down, huh? Did I add to the mini contract? No, I didn't. I just I just adjusted my. No, it's just like one mini. You could with the YM, you absolutely could, because it's a lower vol structure. But look at, I mean, these are just such. Look at these moves. Like this is a 26-point range over 10 bars on a $50,000 product. Just want to do a replay here just to see. Session lows, session lows. This hit like 1, 2, 3 consecutive session lows, and that would be the most I'd want to do it before. Here's fresh session lows, but not a dot. Here's a dot. This is the dot you take. Another session lows, another session lows. So yeah, the continuity trade really worked nicely here. Now you have session highs. I mean, it's range high. I'm sorry, range highs, range highs, range highs. This range high fails. This range high succeeds. This range high succeeds. And you have a nice clean run here. We actually have a range high now. 33 seconds left. Let's see if we if it holds. Oh, I hit two. I hit two by mistake. That's the problem with Tradingview. Sometimes you double hit it, but this is. So we'll just see if we can get out one next to the other. Eight minutes to the open. Yeah. 5 minutes to the open. Still very quiet. All right, take that one. And take that one. Now we break out both of those. And, this is going to be the pause right now until market opens up. We're going to focus on NAS on the market open up just to see the vol, but hopefully the vol will come in. You see how, like, look, all of a sudden volume starting to come in, session highs. This gets much more interesting as the real-time session approaches for all of these trades. So, but let's watch it. And honestly, actually, looking at the price action, the YM seems to be the better trade than the NASDAQ right now. As I said, big numbers attract players, and that's always going to be a good thing. So for us, so we try to be as opportunistic as possible. Yeah, gold is ripping. I wish we could play it, but gold is at 50.94, just flying. Reversal trade on NAS. We got 3-4 minutes left. I'll be right back, guys. I just got to do one thing. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I am back. Watching NAS. We are 1 minute away from opening market. Let's see if we get any kind of a rug pull move here. The Dow is actually popping. Look at Dow. Dow hitting all the session highs. Let's stay. I'm going to stay on the Dow for the first 5-10 minutes. Let's see if it wants to do anything for us as far as rotation. It's been a better trade for us. You might as well stay with it. One minute to the open. Everything's still very, very flat. 13 basis points up on NAS, 13 on Dow. Right near London session highs on the Dow here. Delta going negative. All right, market open in 3, 2, 1, boom. Big pop through session highs, through session highs, through session highs. Big pop, big pop, big pop. Very tempting to just want to buy this right now, actually. All right. Damn it. Too late on the buy. Should have bought it here on through the session highs. All right, I'm probably going to eat this one, but it's fine. Oh, no, I'm going to get lucky. Nope, I got lucky. It did go through. All right, good. So that just adds a little bit more P&L on the Dow. I'm going to this is a much nicer, bigger break. Obviously, fresh session highs on U.S. session as well through the 400s. Now we just kind of wait back a little bit. Let's see how it wants to consolidate. All right, now we have U.S. session highs. I'm going to trade against those. And Dow is obviously, look at the difference in a Dow between the Nasdaq and a Dow. Nasdaq not doing anything. Dow is really running. 23 seconds left. We'll stay patient, see if the dot holds. We'll try to trade this a little bit more to the upside. Let's see if I can get another 10 points out of this thing. Great, another 10 points on the Dow. So that really, that actually brings us right back on our P&Ls. Now we kind of just simply hold and wait because we've had like 3-4 consecutive big bursts up. Let's see if there's a little bit of a pause. Maybe we get a little bit of a reversal move. Let's see what it wants to do. Now it's just doing these really, really wide range moves here. Let's see what it wants to do. This is actually pretty good setup for NAS. Range really expanded. Now we start looking at range highs, range lows here. There's also session highs, session lows, right? New York is both ways. So I think if it breaks, it's going to give us a chance here. $25 seconds left, still in the middle. Four, 5, 3, 2, 1. Sell. Great. NASDAQ now puts us back positive, and now it pops right back up. Wow. That was as much of a scalp as I could get. All right, we got a little bit of a scalp, and pops right back up. All right, let's see if it wants to do a full reverse, take out the highs of the session. Let's see. Or are we going to press for the lows? Yeah, lots of wicks means very, very volatile. Oh, yeah, I slipped into my Russian there. Very volatile. Very volatile. Yes, it's very volatile. Because what this is basically showing is that it's a two-way price action, lots and lots of movement both ways. The red deltas are getting smaller here, right? So that's interesting. Like the sellers trying to push it, but they can't. It does look like this is one of those, hey, we're going to press it down and then we're going to pop it back up kind of moves through the 24s. But let's, let the market action show me. All right, so now we actually if this holds, if I get a white dot, I got to have a white dot. That could be a reversal signal for us against this session low, but it's got to have a white dot. So far, nothing. No trade. Almost a white dot, but no trade. So we don't. With these kind of moves, you always want to wait 1 or 2 seconds after the candle closes because we have such fast moves that you can get yourself faked out. All right. Through the session lows, they're pushing them lower. Let's see what we want to do here. 35 seconds left on the clock. Fresh session lows. They're really pressing it hard. $19 seconds. This is a big candle. 73 to 23. Wow. 50-point candle. Three, two, one. Shit. Short. And we're done. All right. Fresh session lows. That was another pop to the drop. Okay. 49 seconds left. We're going to press it a little bit more. You see how much more interesting the price action becomes once the market opens up, and we can really trade through these levels quickly. Now we're approaching actually London session lows. This is really interesting. We went from big rush. I mean, it's a tight market, so it's not like it's those are big lows, but still, this is the 280 zone, or this is a 290 zone. That's the session lows. Interesting. Let's see what they want to do here. All right, I'm not taking that trade because it's a very, very large candle. It's very, very much due for a rebound. It could have worked here for my 305. Yeah, I guess would have almost worked for a 5-point move. But I'm going to try and wait to see if I can get a rebound candle here and try to trade the reverse. $17 seconds left. So really testing this London session low. Let's see if it wants to hold. White dot on the candle. Huge bounce back. The only problem with trading large on these type of candles is you really can't. So I'm actually going to I'm going to have to trade this with smalls and see if I can average in on this position, because this is just way too much of a retrace risk here on a large. Like that's the problem with large size. But the beauty is that you can mix and match, right? So we can come in here. All right, I'm on the MNQ, and hold on. And actually, I got done on the MNQ, so it did reverse fine. Like if I took the full contract, I would have obviously gotten done, but it was just too much of a retrace risk here on this 35. We're going to just trade this. The 74 is already positive. Let's see if we can run this 75 to positive off this thing with proper structure. But this was, let me show you the trade. This was the trade here, and look how fast it's retracing back to the, to the downside. And now try to test the lows, but didn't produce anything. Now it's really testing the lows. It's breaking London lows. 54 seconds left. If this stays red dot, we're going to short this. Nope. Comes back. They tested the London. And they bought the London lows for now. 33 seconds left on the clock still. This 290 to 80 level. A lot of sell orders here. And boom, boom, super fast. Like you can't even see it. I got short here, got filled here on a +5. Let me show this to you again. These trades are very, very fast because the market is just super fast. But you see me 90 to 85 right then and there, making fresh lows because this was just banging fresh lows. It continues to make fresh lows. It's probably worthwhile to press one more time to the lows. 32 seconds left here, but we'll see. It may not hold. In which case, we'll just pause a little bit here and give ourselves some time to gotta keep pressing this, man. Yeah. Now it's going to retrace back. I knew it was going to retrace back. Okay, I knew it was too big a trade to take, but that's fine. I pressed my luck on the fourth one, which was too much luck. And you see the volume coming back on the buy side. I knew this was going to be a buy rather than a sell, but it's okay. Definitely a big buy. You could just tell it was a big buy. So I'm just trying to get it back here a little bit. I mean, there's a huge test over here. You could tell there was just all these dump. And the trade probably was the much better trade was after I made such good money on the continuity. I should have stopped when I was ahead, which was okay. These are my eval accounts, so I get to practice my entries on them in a way. Let me get rid of all the settings here. So this was the big reversal move here. As a matter of fact, if you guys want to play this on a pure, pure adjustment basis, this is how I would play it. I don't think I need to, but this is how I would play it. I think I'm going to get resolved, but we'll see. But if we're here, the average is going to have to be around 290 for this to work. maybe 292. And see, it's coming back, coming back, coming back. I'm just trying to get rid of my last batch, and that's how you get rid of it. You just basically, when you have these huge wide candles, you can't trade the minis on 25,000, but you could definitely trade the micros. So I came in, average in, average out. You're back. This kind of a wide candle almost always invites a retrace, so you have to have the arsenal to back it up. So anyways, I mean, this is kind of a lot of fun. Let's take a look at YM. YM is slower but steadier here. Let's see what it's doing as far as structure goes. Kind of midway. This 50-50 was the high. That's interesting. That seems a lot slower. Not much going on over here. All right, big question is this the bottom? We're going to come back here, try to test it as a double bottom. We'll be able to see a lot with the dots. All right, coming back to see if we're going to test the bottom here. Now, here's the other cool thing when you're looking at this, at these dots. So we're going to see if they're going to bang through the bottom and then try to come back again. If they can't reach the bottom, reverse, get another white dot to the upside, that's going to be a higher low. Definitely a good trade to the upside. All right, right now still banging the bottom. Delta turning tiny green here. Sometimes you can remember what I said. You can try to front run the idea by trading the delta, but you're going to have to be willing to absorb at least 3 or 4 more negative candles against it, because this early warning signal, not a perfect timing signal. Delta turns red anyways. Yeah, they broke fresh lows now. Okay. So I'm not chasing the lows, but I want to see I'm interested in the reversals here. Delta turns green here. It'd be interesting to see if the delta stays green. If delta stays green here, it'd be worth taking a shot at a long here, even if it doesn't give me a dot. Fresh lows, but not holding a dot. All right, I got long here just because I saw the reversal. Let's see if it's going to, there we go. Beautiful. That was a pretty clear reversal that they probed the bottom, the delta turned green, and we got a chance to basically get in very early on the trade into a nice reversal mode. which is good. Now it's just going to be a massive, massive reversal. Like in a way, this setup is worth 50 points, not 5. And you could have just made mint. My main thing is to show you the entry technique, and then you guys can just milk it for all you want. But there's 100 different ways to have done this. We could have come in here with a trailing stop, with all sorts of other ideas. It's just that, in the heat of the battle right now, as far as me teaching you the entry, obviously I can't do any of this. Plus, I also just don't do a lot of this. But you can see how at the extremes, that's where the edge is. It's the most important part is what I really want to show you is where the edge is. The edge here would have been massive, like literally, 70. What is that? It's 40 points. That would have been like, geez, $800 on the like you would have been halfway to getting funded on the $25,000 account. So just a good example of the kind of vol you could play with dots and with ranges once you begin to understand what's going on in the price action. Pretty cool, right? Somebody give me a +1 if you guys think it's pretty cool on the bounce back. Who took that bounce with me? Anybody? Come on. I know people took that bounce with me. How do I see the reversal? All right, well, let's slow it down. Remember, the most important part is the edge, the session lows, the range lows. This is session lows, much more important than range lows, right? So we're hitting session lows. We are not able to close below the low of this candle, right? We had a red dot that just disappeared. In the meantime, the volume keeps pumping green. There's a divergence between what the price action is doing. Is the price action is coming in, but the volume is coming in positive. That means there are more buyers than sellers lining up over here. So the moment you saw that red dot disappear, and the moment you start seeing it go back up, you knew that this was your natural stop, which was a very small stop, and you just bought it. And then after that, of course, the next candle just took off like a firestorm. And if you came in with a 2 size, held one and let the other one run, you would have had a massive, massive move. I got to tell you, when I was at Big Daddy's, every single big payout trader was basically trading this setup, which is you find a pivot, you take some profit when it goes your way, and then you just try and you just ride the runner. You just ride the runner for all it's worth. And that's how they were able to just leverage their positions a lot. I mean, that is literally, it doesn't matter what techniques they were using, what indicators they were using, it was all the same idea. Find a pivot and let the runner go. The great thing about dots is that this does it for you naturally. And then when you add the delta, it really helps you. The delta just gives you the delta is 1 candle ahead of the dot. Right? You see the delta turning green over here and the dot turning green over here. It's 1 candle ahead of the dot. So it gives you that extra step to get ahead of the trade, which is really, really cool. We don't trade spread, Nico. We're trading futures. Futures are Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They are centralized market. So we just the spreads are rarely more than a point, and usually most of them half to a quarter point. Yeah. So it's not anything we worry about in the futures market. Trade with us with Apex. But the trend is down, says 8 is below. Yes, the trend is down, but what we're looking for was, remember what I was trying to tell you, that the most important part isn't the trend, isn't this, but the edges, the session highs, session lows. That's what everybody is looking at. That's the most important technical indicator. Am I at session? Now we're probably going to go with session highs, right? We should stick around and see if we're going to run the session highs here, because this gets very, very interesting very fast. right? YM is at session highs. I'm not, I'm not trading this because we're just too busy with NAS. But YM is at session highs. We can play around with this thing. Let's play around with it. If green dot on session highs takes us there, reversal dot, we'll try to trade a reversal. I mean, YM is a much more, it's a very calm, easy instrument to do. Let's see if it wants to trade. All right, we'll take this to, we're going to take this to the highs. Let's see if this is going to work for us. 3, 2, 1. All right, in the trade. See if I can get 10 up on this. I have to have actually the pullback has to be all the way over here. It's gonna be painful when this thing retraces on me. But with YM, I have actually enough ammunition to average down if I need to at around 542. But let's see if this thing starts to pull higher. I need 81. 71. Session high is 74. We're looking for 81. Let me see if I can put myself at 42 on the move. Through. Come on. Yep. And the YM takes me to profit. Nice. Through session highs. But the much more interesting trade is going to be the MNQ, because this is where it gets interesting. Now we're at New York, challenging New York session highs at this level, right? So this is where it gets really, where the rubber hits the road. 410s through the 400s. We're gonna plow through this move. Let's see. Now let's give it a shot. .38 seconds left. So here's the thing that is going to make me hesitate. This is not fresh session high. This is a retest of the session high, so it's kind of a double top formation. And what you want to do is typically it's always going to touch that, back off, and only when it runs through. Like I need it to run 410, close 410 through the session high here, like close through the 410. That you want to, you want to get long there, because right now it could just very quickly stall at this double top here, and actually just send us a red dot, which it looks like it's going to do. There's the other thing is we can watch the delta here. See the delta starting to turn red, and you see how little green delta there was on this move towards the highs. It kind of got exhausted, so you need a fresh coat of paint, fresh amount of volume to try to bring us into session highs. This is, in my opinion, a better short than it is a long, especially against these session highs. So you know what? What the hell? Let's have fun. All right, we short this thing, and we got done. God, that was I didn't. You guys didn't even see it. I literally got short and done in 1 second, because as I said, you could tell with the delta, with the edges, how it's getting stalled, that this was a better short than it is a long. All right. You know what's amazing is that, both of those $25,000 accounts, which we butchered in the pre-market because it was just, 1 step backwards, 2 steps forwards, are actually, one of them is positive, one of them is nice positive. The other one is just barely negative. I brought it back from like minus 500 to just basically less than minus 100 on the moves. Just because, as you can see, the edges give you really nice opportunities, especially when you can read it together with volume, right? Hope you guys are having a fun time. This is a fun session for me, even though it was a really slow. Delta is the rate of change in volume. It's nothing. It's a fancy word. It means nothing fancy. It's basically how many buyers there are versus how many sellers. And if there's more buyers than sellers, it's a net positive buy. If there are more sellers than buyers, it's a net positive sell. And this is an indicator that basically tells you net position. Either it's a net sell or a net buy. And you could see that at the highs right over here, right? Guys, sorry. My allergies are killing me. My apology. So here's the highs, right? Session highs. I said, look, it looks like it could be a double top stall. Watch what's happening on the volume. Volume is so puny relative to volume beforehand. In other words, very little net positive volume. And then at this candle, when I'm just talking right there, I said net volume starts coming in red, and that's where I got short, and that's what a trade was. Let me show it to you. Actually, which candle am I in? Is this 75? Am I in the 75? I am in 75. So you can see this. Yeah, let me show this to you. You can see how fast that was. That was so fast. Oh, I'm in the NQ. Sorry, NQ. See, I'm right here. This is me. I see the red. I get short. Boom. That was like literally 1 second. 1 second trade. Really nice, clean trade. To the downside. So this is probably a scalp, not a turn. What I mean by that is that we're probably going to go higher. But if you're positioned here, let's say with a couple of contracts, and it still hasn't hit the highs, and you're just letting the other one float, you might get lucky and get a full turn the other way. Just like we got a turn this way for literally 58. What is that? 150 points, right? This is where the money is made, on these vicious moves up and down in the first hour, when the tide either turns or returns the other way. And being able to read this with dots and delta really helps you out. Like right now, watch this. We're watching this, right? The delta is red. We're at session highs. It looks like it wants to go higher, but the delta is red right here, right? This is a sell, not a buy. 41 seconds, 42 seconds left. This is a stall against session highs, right? Let's see how it plays out. No, it goes away. See, that's the thing. The beauty is that both sides of the indicator tell you, don't commit too early. Make sure that the candle really giving you a clue as to what's going on. All right, we're short against the session high over here. It works. It doesn't work. It's a very legit trade. Either way, it's a legit trade. Yeah, comes back against me. Let's see if we get any more continuity to the downside. But this is whether it works or not doesn't matter, because this is a really clean, legit reversal trade. Well, they take me higher. It's fine. Big legitimate trade to the upside now. So we sweep the highs and we're going to go the other way around. Big sweep up. Look at that. See that? Big sweep up. And that's going to be a bet on the continuation. Oops. And I over levered. That's fine. As you know, again, my eval account, I pressed it really hard both ways. The point being is that, if I'm trading this, let's play this on the real accounts. Let me just take you to a real account where I would trade this. I'm totally long. Oh fuck, I'm late. I'm long this. This is a slam dunk on a real account because you're long here. You could average in, you average out. Let me show this to you. The key thing to these trades is size management, absolute size management, nothing else, right? Where am I on the MNQs? Okay, I'm behind this candle. I'm going to average out underneath this candle over here, and I'll be fine. And even if I'm not fine, the size management is much more limited. I just pressed it really, really hard on big NQ for just shits and giggles because that was my eval account. The other eval account is actually net positive. I'm going to try to run that nicely into the trade. But you see how, look at this. Look at the small sizing, puts me into positive territory. Make sure that that I'm basically in the trade, nice and easy. As long as I'm trading, $10, $20 winners continuously, I can accrete all of these accounts very, very easily. Once you start getting large, you're always going to be in danger of blowing up, which is why I always say, if you're going to trade large, you trade on the evals because that's your demo accounts. You never trade large on the on your real accounts. All right. Unfortunately, I got to go, guys. So I'll let you know how this plays out and how the trade goes. But I wanted to show you the key ideas of the turn trades. By the way, this is also, we can ask, the great thing about having multiple accounts is we can actually trade this on the 45s the other way around. If this is a red dot against a turn trade, I could trade this to the other side as well. And I'll be happy to do that both ways. So I'm trading one to the long, one to the short in completely different money management ways. So here's go to the 45 account and do that. If it stays here, let me see if I can do the 45. Is the dot going to stay with me? Yeah. Oh, I thought the dot almost went away. Oh, it did almost go away. Wow. Did the dot go away? Did I take the wrong trade here? Oh yeah, it did. I should really. All right. Well, I'm going to stay in this trade here against this stop. But this is actually a good example of me. I rushed the trade because I thought it was going to complete, but I think it still might come in a little bit in my direction here. Let's see how it plays out. So we had this huge breakout candle, took out all the highs, right? Now we have just consolidation. And I literally did not have, this isn't the proper trade. So the first trade in which I'm in, which is the long trade, that's the trade that's working. Let me get in there. 43s. We just kind of was stalled here both ways, and I got to go, guys. Astrology, nice. You're up $600. Good for you. Good for you. All right, looks like that the reversal. See, now it's a true reversal trade, but I'm already in it, so that's actually probably gonna work for me. The 45 trade. Here's the 45 trade. That's probably gonna work for me right now. We're almost there. Oh no. This is I'm stuck here between the long and the short, and neither side wants to resolve itself. Okay, let's see. I think the short is going to resolve itself here. Come on. Be a little patient here. There we go. Come. Teasing me both ways. Okay, the short finally resolves, and this is actually like a legit short signal, which we can press again. Let's trade this again against the 45s. Sell. And now I'm going to stay against this range here. Yeah, now it's a much easier trade. Okay, guys, I got to run. Everybody have a great day. I'll see everybody tomorrow for non-farms. Hopefully, they'll be a little bit more volatile, but you'll see the edge trading on both sides, and hopefully you really enjoy it, because the turns, as I was saying to you, the turns can be huge. In this case, again, big turn to the other side that you could have capitalized on if you were trading the turn side. Okay, everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.